Okay, today's Friday, July 13th, 2018. I am going to go over a quick recap of the Better Me Committee meeting that we had earlier this afternoon. First of all, I would like to talk about health. When it comes to health, saw a Dr. Ruman in Du Bois Health Medical Arts Building. Yeah. Previously, we talked about the cysts in my brain and concluded that with the test that we did take, I believe it was the EEG, CAT scan, and MRI, that the cysts happen to still, that they haven't grown, they haven't shrunk. They are still the same size that they were in 2007. So currently, the course of action there is to not really do much of anything. However, last visit, he mentioned something that I had mentioned, a concern about headaches. So he gave me new medication for that, but I do believe that just taking regular over-the-counter medication would work, and I believe that because according to the headache journal I've been trying to record, most of the headaches happen either because of high levels of stress or because of the heat. Um, this summer has been crazy when it comes to heat. So the follow up for the appointment is going to be in August, and I plan to tell him all this. And with that, I more or less make sure that everything's fine and, well, not fine, but at least on the realm of normal. There we go. When it comes to my neurology, another thing I do want to try to do for either the rest of this month. Well, no, I guess I do want to kind of do it for this month. We talked about the idea of me getting my partial here fixed. I had it before, and it happened. Yeah, I just switched the camera. Um, I had it. I have it. I lost it. Found it again. I just haven't had time to call them up and be like, "Hey, can you have it fixed?" Because it's really uncomfortable. But I do feel a little bit self-conscious about it, and it is really kind of like a far secondary thing. But I do have a little bit more time when it comes to health, so that is definitely something that I want to try to pursue. So I'm going to try to give them a call next week and talk about, okay, how much does my insurance cover? How much do I have to cover from that? And when can I bring my partial in to get that fixed? So that's definitely is something that I want to be able to look into and do. Give me a second, sorry guys. Is that changing that? That is changing that. It is. Okay. Actually, let me do it like. Can I do it like this? I can. Okay. Um, therapist. I've talked to my therapist about handling. About the best way to try to handle the eventual face-to-face between me and Xavier. I want to be able to make that situation as comfortable as possible. Um, Especially with his mother after so many years and after everything that went down. I don't have to rehash everything that actually happened. However, the therapist believes that the progress that is being made is positive. Progress is definitely being made during every session, um, and we both believe that things are coming together pretty well. Obviously, the goal is to create a better environment for future encounters with Xavier, preferably the face-to-face. Um, Not much more to say about that. Things are just going well. Um, with each session, we are one step closer to being able to pinpoint exactly not just like how to react after not seeing Xavier for so long, but mostly how to not overreact, because obviously I'm going to be very emotional. I'm going to be very, oh, I haven't seen you in years, but I don't want to scare him, nor do I want to kind of give off the vibe that things aren't safe, or maybe things are not right for him. I can say all day I'm his father and everything else, but if he doesn't want to be around me, I'm not gonna force him to be around me. But I do want to do my best to make him as comfortable around me as possible, which is the goal. Next thing to talk about here is skills. I have called skills multiple times about their mobile program. I loved going to skills when previously when I had a lot more time. Obviously now I have a lot less time, so the mobile program seems to be a better fit. Um, I already had the referrals from not just the service access management organization here in the area, but also by my personal therapist. I'm not entirely sure what's holding them up, but I am eager to be part of the mobile program. I do feel that the program the mobile program over the site program would do me better because of how um, busy I tend to be. So that's definitely something I want to look into. And one of the reasons I do want to get into skills so badly is because my actual mental goal, like I want to see more on what people do to help others who have disabilities or other kind of handicaps, and see what I can do to help. See where's my place in all of that, and if I do have a place in it, if anything that they do is something that I want to do, and there's certain things I do want to do, and the best way to kind of look more into that is to just expose myself to the environment. So that's one of the things I definitely want to try to do. Not only that, I definitely still feel that when I was in skills, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about how to cope with certain things. I learned a lot to how to interact with other people, and I really do feel that the more I am exposed to such an environment, the better not only that I will be, but the better I'll be able to help others. That honestly is my goal. All right then, let's see what else. I need to switch this over. We're switching over to finances right here. What's that? Finances. I am currently working for Magnum Broadcasting. It's not much. It's possibly 2 paychecks, 6 hours, 12. I would say somewhere between 12 and 20 hours a month, which isn't that much, but honestly is a step forward in the general direction of good. With Lenovo is one of those, we don't need you here between the hours of 9 to 5, but we need this done by this deadline. And I've been told, especially by Sherry of OVR, that one of my weak points is the fact that I don't know how to keep to a schedule, but one of my strong points is the fact that I always make deadlines. If that doesn't make sense, think about it like this. There's some kids in high school or in college who don't make class, but if they have an assignment that's due, they're on time with that. Like, here it is, boom, and it's always good. I think that's what they're saying about me. For me to be at work from a 9 to 5, 9 to 4, 9, 10 to whatever, it's not exactly the best thing. But if you put something in front of me and go, we need this done by Thursday, and today's Tuesday, I'm like, I got you. Because 9 out of 10, you came to me because you know I can do it. The temporary board operator, though, is something more towards the idea we need you here at a specific time, and we need you to do a specific task. At first, it was very rocky. I think I was late the first 3 times by like an hour. But I've learned to actually be there on time, do the job right, and each time I go in there, I do the job better. So I definitely think that it is something that is leaning more towards this side of more experience for me. When I went to go see my representative from OVR, she mentioned the idea that she strongly suggests for me to re-enter the PWAT program, which is the Personal Work Adjustment Training Program. I entered that before. It was with an organization called Goodwill. I'm sure you all know of it. And she mentioned that when I was working for Goodwill, my disability was a very big hindrance, and my coping skills being the headphones. Not these, I have smaller ones, of course, but like very distracting for not just other employees, but like if I'm not listening to, let's say, a customer comes in, that happens to be a problem. However, I do want to kind of hold off on the focus on the program itself until maybe the fall. I'm only saying that because right now with Renova happening, with everything with Xavier and everything else, summertime and everything else, I am sure that whenever fall comes around, I have a little bit more time, and I'll be able to actually kind of put a little bit more effort in, because the program is only 20 days. If I complete the program for 20 days, then my representative will be able to vouch that I'm able to go to the next step when it comes to potentially vouching for me to go anywhere else. And as I mentioned before about going to skills, I definitely want that, and one of the best ways for me to do that is through OVR. There's another local business called PSR, which is Personal Satellite Repair. Our skill sets happen to fit very well with what they do. They just repair equipment, computer equipment, computer towers, drones, things like that. I believe that kind of environment is like, hey, yeah, you have to be here from 9 to 5. Well, not 9 to 5 directly, but I think there might be a little bit lax if I have OVR backing me up, going, okay, we'll take care of whatever side thing that we have going on here, whatever he damages, we'll fix. Like, we'll pay for it at the very least. I don't know what they do, but I'm pretty sure OVR, if I was able to talk to them and be like, hey, PSR is willing to have me be there as long as OVR backs me up on it. I think both organizations won't have a problem with that. But then again, that only kind of happens if one, PSR is aware of me, and so far I've been doing a really good job with that. I have an Xbox here that I happen to find. Bobby, no wait, no, I paid for it. It was broken. I paid for it because it was broken. Tried to fix it as much as I could, and I was talking to the people at PSR about it, and they have been nothing but helpful and informative and great. I'm hoping that creates a good network for me to be able to kind of go, hey, you guys have seen my skills. You guys have seen that I can pick things up decently well. I'm not saying you guys take me on full time, but honestly, what I want more than anything is experience. So maybe that might be helpful there. And with OVR, if I finish this PWAT program with Goodwill, they'll be able to be like, okay, well, if you can do one, maybe you might be able to go to the next step and do this. So hopefully we'll hear more about that in the future. Hopefully by fall, maybe we'll be able to figure out what the next step with that would be. Um, I think that's all from that. And personal, here we go. Um, and it's big again. Okay, so okay, I have a girlfriend. Not sure if any of you guys knew or care, but I do. Constantly working on me, obviously balancing time, work, and personal life. Saturdays I've been making it a okay. If I'm there the entire day, I'm like, hey guys, we're not gonna be home the entire day. We're gonna go out. We're gonna do something. We're gonna be part of the world in some way, shape, or form. I been 4 weeks ago. I think we went down to my aunt's, and I let my girlfriend's daughter swim. Well, they let they let her swim. My girlfriend's daughter let her swim in the pool, uh, and us adults kind of sat around and talked. I haven't had one of those in a while, and I really didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel like I didn't belong. I just kind of felt good, which is definitely change, definite change of pace. Um, uh, Last weekend, which is 4th of July, because the weekend prior to that I was working. 4th of July, we had the 4th of July parade, which was that Wednesday. The weekend before that, we just fired fireworks that night, and I hung out with the girls. We went driving around and stuff like that. And this weekend is a Heritage Day parade, whatever. So they want to go to that. I'm like, oh sure, let's do that. So I am doing my best to kind of balance up time, work, and personal life there. Um, I think that really is all I need to say about that. That concerns me. The legacy, Xavier, his mother is trusting. Oh, okay. So let me use this in layman's terms. Xavier has started to actually hit the accept button when I call, and even his mother has more or less kind of go, okay, I'm going to let you guys do your thing. Xavier, if anything happens, let me know. And we just do our own thing. Now, at first, it was kind of hard for me to kind of catch his focus because uh, he's a kid. Kids lose their focus. But at the same time, whenever I'm like, hey, buddy, focus. Where your eyes at? Where your eyes at? Point your eyes so I know where they're at. And he goes, look at that, look at that. Yeah, there we go, like that. And we do that so he understands. All right, I need you to look at me and pay attention. And he understands that. He respects that. And I believe that this is a great step forward. And I do believe that the next step being the face-to-face encounter will be coming up very, very soon. So that's something I'm very, very proud of. And I honestly, I believe things are going in the right direction when it comes to the legacy. Personal, here we go. I'm going to a car show this Sunday. Heritage Days car show. That's not what it's actually called. I just found out about it today when I was talking to my Sam's representative, 10. Yes, I call her 10 because I couldn't remember her actual name. She mentioned, I'm like, okay, car show, I definitely want to go. So I'm going to that this Sunday, and after that, I'm going down to do the broadcast for Magnum. Busy schedule. But I do plan to record and take many pictures. Like last time I went to a car show, I recorded, took many pictures. I came home, tried to upload it, and in the process of uploading it, just everything got deleted. I think the power went out or something stupid. I might have kicked the cord out. I don't remember. I just remember being completely devastated. So I definitely want to do it again, and possibly when I'm actually out there, I'm probably just have it uploaded to the cloud. When I come back here, upload it to whatever venue I plan to upload it to. Another thing I've been working on is I'm working on the Second Chance Review channel. Let me see if I can find the paperwork for that. But I've been working on the past couple of days. I'm trying to focus a little bit more on the material that's being posted. I definitely want more material to be posted, and I want there to be more content for people to watch. I know, you guys are watching my backside right now. Just had to find the right paperwork. So I have several kind of venues there that I'm kind of working on. I'm working on a Let's Team Up, which is kind of like co-op. I play with another player, personal friend. I have Sarah Long, which is my little sister. You know, she's really good at that kind of stuff. And we either play single player games, and I do like side commentary, like, hey, have you thought about like, kind of like a partner kind of thing, or we play 2 player games where we kind of work together. So the idea is co-op, or I play with Bitty Kitty, which is a friend of mine named Caitlin. We play games like Clandestine, which is hope I'm pronouncing that right. And we're one person's a hacker, the other person's the field agent, and we have to work together to overcome obstacles, which is kind of what another game that me and Sarah do called Hack Tag, but the game's a little bit more animated, and Clandestine is a little bit more realistic in the sense it's not animated. Granted, they're both animated, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I just want to do that. There's something I want to do called Let's Try, where I'm going to bring certain people in. I'm like, hey, try this, give me, tell me what you think. And I'll try to record them playing a game. I kind of want to do a scary game like Resident Evil 7 for Sue, and just kind of have her freak out or whatever. um, so there's that. There's also, I think Sunday I want to do like a Let's Stream kind of thing. So I'll be streaming for like an hour on Sundays. You know, it doesn't matter what game it is. I just like, okay, I feel like playing a game, and for an hour, you guys are just gonna watch me play a game. Boo. There's also a Let's Play through. I've been doing like Let's Play and all that stuff, and I really haven't really been comfortable with some of the Let's Plays. Not necessarily because of the way I'm doing it, but maybe just the way that I am like formatting it. So I'm doing like a Let's Play through. So I'm actually gonna play a game from beginning to end. And there's a lot of games I have around right now that I've only like kind of done like, let's say like a Let's Try, and I played it for a little bit and that was it. With ideas I was gonna come back to, but never really did. And there's a lot of games that I do have that I kind of want to come back to and be like, okay, I want to record all this because it looks amazing, and I do want to share that experience with everybody who likes games and anybody who watches me do things. So, or maybe just my own records. I really don't know. So there's that, and I think that's it. So like, it's the Let's Team Up, Let's Try. Let's stream, and let's play through. So that's 4 things I want to do for the second chance review that I want to kind of focus and restructure the content a little bit. Another thing that's been happening personally is the fact that I've been doing Guys Night Out really good. It's actually been more or less the 3 Musketeers, me, Josh, and Zach. I think the one that we did before this one, what we included Ufus into the group, and once again, Ufus is an awesome friend. And it was awesome that he came with us that one time. It was great. And this last time I completely forgot about him because of all the other things that was going on. Like I'm driving there. I'm like, crap, I forgot to even tell Ufus. And it's one of those things like, oh, we'll invite him to the next one. So like, you know, but mostly like we've all been more or less just talking about the idea of like, oh, this Guy's Night Out is not a bad idea. Even my uncle was kind of like, hey, you know, let me join. I would love to do that. I'm like, let's do it. Like. If we can all kind of like find a way, like we're just a big group of people, like just kind of go into the movie theaters, that'd be awesome. And everybody pays their way, and if someone can pay, like, hey, I'll cover you, you cover me next time. Like it's a friendship thing, and it helps me because it definitely is a lot more of a social thing for me to get used to that. And obviously, if I'm surrounded by people who I know care about me, who I know care about my welfare, and they know my situation, they go, okay, if he's freaking out, we know what to do, we know how to take him out, or we know how to try to calm him down if we can't do that. So. And it seems weird to say that to me because like I'm obviously planning all this, but like I plan all this within a certain parameter. But anyway, that is everything more or less that we've been talking about. Obviously my personal YouTube, I'm still working on that, and that's a little bit more lax. That happens whenever it happens. I still need to work on the board back there. I see that it really hasn't changed, but it's been changing on all the documentations. I plan for this month of July. That's gonna look a little bit different back there. My room needs a clean up. It really does. But that's only because I am rarely in this room. If I'm in this room, I'm usually like straight to bed. But I definitely need to find some time to actually clean out this room. But thank you guys for listening to the recap. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry for my appearance. Once again, I am running from point A to point B. I got a couple other things to take care of. I will see you guys next meeting. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort. Simply just thank you. Good night.